one of the greatest.
What about someone who's blind and deaf?
In modern, let me answer your question. One of the greatest scholars in modern times is called Ibn Baz, right? Abdul Aziz Ibn Baz, and he couldn't see, but he accumulated all his knowledge through learning, listening. What about what? What else do you want to give? Through listening, through learning.
Yeah.
If you cannot, then my answer is if you cannot see, hear, or access the truth, then that is why in Islam we have something called a different test on the Day of Judgment. You're not responsible right now. You're not responsible in this life. You're not held accountable now. You're only held accountable if you can access the truth. That's what you're missing. So stop telling me I'm going back to the past because you're
not responsible in this life.
I'm not going back to the past. I'm not going back to the past.
You're not responsible in this life.
Everyone hit the like button. Everyone smash the like button.
I said if you cannot hear, see, or access the message in any way, then you're not responsible in this life. Yes.
So
when you die, you'll have a different test on the Day of Judgment.
In this life, and then what's after that?
The afterlife.
What's the afterlife?
The afterlife is after you're resurrected. Then we have something called heaven, and then we have something called hellfire.
Okay.
And then you're eternally either in that place or that.
So I totally agree
with you.
The
moment you die,
I totally agree with you. I just believe, and I know that it resonates with the viewers in chat that are listening, is that the resurrection.
You keep saying that, but that's kind of a tactic of trying to get them to agree with you. But I mean,
the resurrection. Let me finish.
And you keep telling
Let me finish. I'm on the resurrection point.
You're going back to 2000 BC.
I'm on the resurrection point.
Sure.
Let me finish. I believe that the resurrection is right now. As soon as you choose to stop being so aware outside and you breathe and you look inward, and you're welcome. You're welcome to throw whatever names. I don't care. I came onto this for a reason, right? I'm not saying you specifically. Anyone
what names
watching.
do you mean?
Anyone watching, whatever.
What did you call them?
Sure, I haven't said
nothing.
anything.
He said he believes the afterlife is once you go into a resurrection after you die. I'm telling him that the resurrection is when he chooses now in the moment to actually look inwards.
Why are people just saying X is Y? This is the most fascinating thing. People love to say X is God. Man is God. Spirit is God. They love to say cow is God. Brother, God is God. Afterlife is afterlife. Future is future. Why do you keep trying to conflate X with Y? You're trying to say afterlife is tomorrow. Afterlife is afterlife. Tomorrow is tomorrow. Why is this complicated? What is complicated about this? Man is a man. A woman is a woman. A man isn't a woman. It's the same logic. It's the same exact logic to any of you guys that think a man can become a woman or God can become a man. A man is man. God is God. Woman is woman. Spirits are spirits. What on earth, bro? Do you guys get what I'm saying? Because I feel like this is so simple. It's really simple.
You think right now, what every action you do right now is what matters, because it is what is going to determine what's going to happen in the afterlife.
I agree with you.
Give me a thumbs up, but this is just the Islamic worldview.
I agree with you.
You've not allowed me to do something.
I didn't come here to tell you that your worldview is wrong. I told you the only part of your worldview that's wrong is that you think you're the only one that's right.
No, he doesn't.
I never said I'm the only one.
What?
There's 2 billion Muslims in the world, man.
No, I mean as in your ideology. I mean as in your ideology. You believe it's the only right ideology, and that's where you're wrong.
No, it's the full truth.
I'm not telling you you're wrong. I'm telling you your idea that everyone else is wrong is wrong. And because of that, you choose not to see the full truth.
Do you know it's wrong?
You only choose to see partial truth.
Right?
I know it's wrong because
you're telling me I'm wrong.
Sure.
You're doing the same thing. But you just did it through breathing exercises. I do it through the revelation of God.
Yeah, you're welcome to think whatever you want, brother. I mean, I think we've had the discussion we need to have.
No, you are telling me I'm wrong.
Al, can you bring me pizza when it gets here,
please? That Islam is
I'm not doing the same thing. I'm telling you.
You are telling me I'm wrong.
I'm telling you that many of them are right. Many of them are right in their way of describing it. That it's not just you that's right. I didn't come here to tell you that you're wrong.
In Islam, you need to understand in Islam, we don't say that every single word in every other scripture is false. We say there's truth in other scriptures, but it's not the absolute, full, complete truth.
You can't get the absolute truth out of a book because no two people ever read the same book. 1,000 people in this chat.
I responded to that already.
How many viewers are there in total right now?
It's not about how the person reads the book. I told you, it's not about how the person reads the book, Arab. I told you it's about, we already have an example of how to understand the book. So regardless of how you read it, you already have a way of how to implement it. Like imagine someone creates a machine or something and then he sends you something, this is how you operate it. You're not going to tell me 2 people randomly will operate it differently. It's already been shown how to operate it.
I'm telling you
if
that
you now don't operate it in the right way, then this is your mistake.
I'm telling you
in the right way.
That with reliance on the greater, all-knowing, all-powerful truth, that your personal experience in the outer world is what matters. As in, you might see an extra slice of pizza that you have, as trash. And somebody that's homeless might see it as you're going to throw it away, and instead you give it to them, might see it as something that just saved their life. And so it's all based off of perception. And when you choose to perceive the beliefs that I'm talking to you about, you can be rewarded for them. But it's all based off of your belief. Can you what?
Can you be wrong in your perception?
You can be wrong in your perception. That's why you rely on God. Okay. There's many times that you're wrong.
Arab, I'm here to tell you, you are wrong in your perception. And on that note,
that's cool. That's okay.
We already been an hour. So let me just do the thing that I didn't get the chance to do. But allow me to finish the exercise, because I want to do this mental exercise. I think is good. Sure. I think also Sneeko can jump in and tell me what he thinks as well, and if there anyone else can.
I had this conversation with Aaron. We had the same discussion.
Oh, really? Okay. So I'm just gonna do it very briefly. I said 1,400 years ago, I want just the people to take themselves and put themselves in a time machine and go back. Let's accept history for the sake of argument, because Arab doesn't accept it. But let's, for the sake of argument, right, accept that our account of history is true, right? That okay, we didn't have telephones, microscopes, we didn't have airplanes, we had nothing, right? And put yourself in that time. Now, we have a man 1,400 years ago. That man claimed to have an encounter with an angel. This was the first encounter, then multiple other encounters. And people saw that man performing miraculous acts. But I'm not going to tell you that he was a prophet because people saw him do it, because you can't. But what he did is he brought a revelation that he said, this is a revelation coming from the Creator. That revelation did a few things. I'm just going to go through them very quickly. That revelation, the Quran and Hadith, had multiple prophecies of the future. None of them are false. Many prophecies of the future. They're exactly detailed. Some of them are time-bound. Some of them are individual bound. They exactly happened the way the Prophet said them. In his life, right after his death, hundreds of years after, and even today, they're happening 1,400 years later. None of them are false, and we can establish that
this is what I've been waiting for.
That man produced the scripture, the Quran, which has information about this natural world, cosmology, biology, hydrology, everything you can think about. Things that we today are discovering to be true. We're catching up with the knowledge in the Quran through the technology that I'm referring to right now. Through that knowledge in the Quran that existed 1,400 years ago from that man. That man had information about history that nobody could have accessed. They're not existent in previous scriptures. You couldn't access them because, for instance, the language was dead, like hieroglyphics. Only 200 years ago, we found the Rosetta Stone. They were able to read hieroglyphics and understand what those Egyptians used to believe. But it wasn't there at that time. Telling you information about Ancient Mesopotamia that was in temples that was buried under the sand. Sumerian language was dead. But the Quran tells you this information, and today we discover the temples, we discover artifacts. And these things confirm the knowledge in the Quran 1,400 years ago. The Quran produces a scripture that cannot be imitated in the Arabic language. And you're an Arab, so you know what I'm talking about. The Quran is the highest literary form in the Arabic language, cannot be imitated, has its own genre. And the Quran makes a challenge to just bring one chapter like it, which is one line. Nobody was able to do this until today, 1,400 years, and we can see the criteria, and nobody's able to follow this criteria. And that man lived the most righteous life through teaching people morality about God and everything in this life. How to eat, how to drink, how to sleep. Things that we see today that it cannot come from this human being 1,400 years ago. Now, when we look at everything together and we combine these things, then the question always remains, it's a very simple question. Could it be possible that he was able to do all of this and at the same time he wasn't a true messenger of God? And you only have one of two answers, either yes or no. And that is why we say Islam is the truth. Now, this argument...
And I agree with you.